What's up, guys? We're back here in the Baptist Health Studios with the clicker, which means we have some film to break down, taking a look at Dolphins second-year running back De'Von Achane. During his rookie season, Achane introduced the world to his game-breaking ability. By now, you know all about the 8 touchdowns and 8 yards per carry on just 100 rushes a year ago, but early on in 2024, Achane is proving his ability to be relied upon for a heavy workload on top of the intelligence and processing that pairs so well with that speed to make those gaudy stats possible. Let's go ahead and go right to the film here. And it starts on opening day on a 3rd and 12 play. First drive of the game. You still got fans finding their seats here before the game even gets going. And Achane's already out the gate making big plays. On a quick screen pass, you always start where? With the offensive lineman that get in space. And it starts there with Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg. A little swim move around the edge to get off to the perimeter and meet De'Von Achane at the numbers. You get 4 players out wide on this block. That includes a couple of receivers in Jalen Waddle and Braxton Berrios getting key blocks down the field. And from there, Achane makes people miss by doing what he does best with fast, elusive running. Go to the next angle here behind the end zone, the tight copy. We're going to see Achane get the ball in space. You're going to see Austin and Liam get their space in the blocking game. And right here, this is what you always have to have for big plays. Downfield blocking, especially from your wide receivers. Jackson climbing off this block to the second level here as well. Eichenberg going to go ahead and get that safety. So you see it play out here. You get the blocks, you get the explosive play. But Achane's processing is his special power along with the speed, because right here, he could just burrow this thing into this gap and get a few yards, and the punt team comes out, you get a positive play, and you move on to the next drive. But he has bigger things in mind. He sees other daylight and other ways to influence the defense. So right here, he has a 210-pound safety who runs a 4.4 in Andre Cisco, pursuing across the entire field, and he wants to slow him up. So what does he do? That quick jab step inside reduces the pursuit of both of these defenders, and what that does is creates a better blocking angle for Liam Eichenberg, and it creates a worse angle for the tackler that he ends up breaking the tackle of. So this quick decision-making paired with electric speed, Olympic level speed, is really what makes Achane special there. He creates these positive blocking angles. He creates poor angles for tacklers, making another guy miss right there. He is just an elite runner with the football in his hands. That's in space in the screen game. We go forward now to a second play in week 2 against the Buffalo Bills, where he runs inside. And this is where I think Achane's versatility pairs with the versatility of Mike McDaniel and Frank Smith's offense here in Miami. First note here real quick, love the sell job by Alec Ingold, throwing the mailbox up into a middle or too high safety look here. You're not getting that ball, Alec, but because you put the arm up, you keep the safety further off the football. So good sell job there. Let's go ahead and go to the tight copy here to see why Achane made this play special. First, though, before that, the design of the offense. Again, this is why I love the Dolphins' run game and how versatile and flexible and how much different eye candy they can give a defense. So typically speaking, when you get the offensive line moving in the same direction, that's called zone. And the Dolphins are one of the best outside zone teams in the National Football League. But you also get what's called split flow action. Typically, you'll use a tight end or a fullback or this F piece here to come across the formation to split the flow of your zone blocking. But here, the Dolphins are going to use right guard Liam Eichenberg on that look to counteract this jet motion here by Tyreek Hill. You with me still? It's basically bodies moving in multiple different directions because all these players at the second level are keying different pieces of the Dolphins front to try to figure out where the heck this ball is going. In fact, you'll see 43 right here. No, not 43. This player, 42. He'll crash the B gap right here. He's thinking about Tyreek on the jet sweep, or maybe even Achane hits it up in that B gap right there. But we have other pieces that tip off other parts of the play. Eichenberg pulling play side here draws this linebacker into this gap, and that actually is where the play is going. But you also see Julian Hill right here. See this zone flow from Rob Jones and from Teron Armstead. Julian Hill has a little stagger block where he takes a couple of steps, bluffs the block on the original man at the line of scrimmage, and climbs the second level to go get that linebacker. So you have zone look, you have man gap look, you have jet sweep, all kinds of different activity to confuse this Buffalo defense. And that's exactly what happens for De'Von Achane, who takes this snap from the pistol, little counter step right, and cuts it back across the formation left. And that creates this lane right here. First of all, look at the job of the Dolphins offensive line, creating a big gap right here for Achane to run. But he's not a guy that just puts his head down and runs to daylight like we mentioned on the screenplay. He wants to set these blocks up and create more space for himself after the fact. So that little hesitation step back inside, watch the way it influences this linebacker and creates a better block angle for Julian Hill. He breaks down right there in space, and that gets him off balance, gets him leaning this direction, so Achane can rip it back this way and creates a better blocking angle for Julian Hill. And then we have the one-cut jump speed of Achane, so electric out of those breaks to set that block up and then exploit it for a big play after the fact. It's physical inside running, quick moves in space. This guy has a little bit of everything to his game. Let's go now to the third play here in our breakdown, a third and short play. And we showed you a touchdown in the last episode of HQ when Achane dove forward on a fullback dive for a 1-yard touchdown run against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Similar look here, but we're going to convert a third and short yardage play with, once again, what did I show you in the Jacksonville game? Tyreek Hill going in orbit motion around the formation. But what I want to show you here is Achane's physical ability to get big and to make short yardage conversions by running through tacklers. So first, here comes Reek around the formation. Watch the way that influences the defense to get eyes going that way. It creates this little bit of a gap right here. And once again, De'Von can just bury his head and try to get those yards. Might get the first down, might not. But he just has such good feel and instinct for when he can burrow himself into contact, but also widen his base. Watch the feet get nice and wide right here as he takes this football. You can't see it behind the quarterback, but his base is super wide. It creates a low center of gravity, a good angle to the ground, good angle to the ball carriers, and he can then just burrow in behind his offensive line and bounce off those tacklers. You get good wash down the formation here from Austin Jackson, moving those guys a couple of gaps across. Liam has that connection at that spot, climbs the second level, gets just enough of that linebacker to create that space for De'Von, and then his ability is what ultimately breaks the tackle of this defender, who, again, was influenced by the motion of Tyreek Hill. But it's this contact balance, the vision, the understanding of where the blocks are, trusting your blockers, trusting that Austin Jackson is going to get that wash down off the edge, get skinny in the hole. Look at the way he absorbs those tackles. I mean, that's 3 Bills defenders hitting a guy that doesn't weigh more than 200 pounds, and they still can't get him down because he's so elusive, so quick, changes the angle in the blink of an eye, and makes a big play coming out the backside, clean in the second level. So De'Von Achane, all kinds of abilities, all kinds of skills, speed, processing, the knowledge of each run scheme, and what time and track of each run requires of him to pair up with the offensive line. It's not hard to see why the Dolphins have called De'Von Achane's number 49 times through the first 2 games of the new season. Not only does he lead the team in receptions as he rounds his game into form as a receiver, he's also hitting inside runs on zone, counter, power, all the looks with great effectiveness. It feels like we're just scratching the surface on how special this young man can be. That'll do it from the Baptist Hill Studios for this week's breakdown, but like De'Von Achane, these breakdowns are going to roll all year long. We'll see you in the next one.